Namaskaram, Sadhguru. They say pain is an inevitable part of life. Is that so?
Human beings go through largely mental pain. If physical pain happens, we just have to distance ourselves. If we sit here, something pokes us, we don't sit there again, we sit elsewhere. Physical pain, we know how to dodge. Unless we are in a war zone or some other violent situation, hopefully that doesn't happen to any human being, but unfortunately it happens to a few. Physical pain is good for you. I know that's not a popular statement, but why I'm saying this is, if there was no physical pain in your body, most people wouldn't even know how to preserve this body. See, wherever there is no pain in your body, see what all we have done to it. To this one, see what all we have done. Why? Only because there is no pain, isn't it? If there was no pain in your nose, in the name of fashion, in how many ways you would have cut it by now? Even though there is pain, there are 25 piercings in the face. Many people are going around with a lot, though there is pain. If there was no pain at all in the body, it would be fashionable to pull out your intestine and put it over your shoulder and walk. They would have done all kinds of things, isn't it? So pain is good, because if there is no pain, there's not enough sense in most human beings even to physically preserve themselves. They would have done all kinds of things. So physical pain, we know how to handle, unless it goes beyond a certain point. It is the mental pain that you're talking about. If we were like any other creature, without the intellect that you carry right now, the nature of the intellect is it must be sharp. If it's not sharp, it's no good. Right now the problem is, you have a sharp knife in your hand, but you don't have a steady hand. You all the time poking yourself. If you had the mind of a wild boar, I don't think you would be so hurt unless you were shot. Because you have the intellect of a human being, which is sharp, and your hand is not steady, every day you're cutting yourself for some reason. Whatever, pain or pleasure within you happens only from within you, isn't it so? At least what happens from within you must happen the way you want it, isn't it? What happens in the world, see, we cannot control it. What happens within you must happen the way you want it, isn't it? If your mind took instructions from you, would you cause pain or joy for yourself? What would you cause? Please make a choice, God bless you. Joy, of course. So, the problem is not about pain, the problem is you have a complex computer, all right? But you have not read the user's manual. That's the whole problem. If your mind took instructions from you, for sure you would keep yourself in the highest level of pleasantness, yes? What is your choice for yourself? Highest level of pleasantness, at least for yourself. What you want for your neighbor may be debatable, but what you want for yourself is very clear, isn't it? It's not happening not because of something gone wrong in your life, it's just that your mind does not take instructions from you. It's as simple as that. It's time to take charge of that. What is a miracle has become a misery manufacturing machine on the planet. Human mind is the most sophisticated instrument you can find on this planet, yes or no? Do you agree with me? But it's turned into a misery manufacturing machine. All human misery is manufactured here, isn't it? So don't romanticize pain. That means you're not interested in human well-being. There's a lot of romanticizing of pain all the time in the world. The moment you romanticize pain, it means you are not interested in human well-being. You're playing with it. There is music around human pain, there is movie around human pain, there's drama around human pain. There's a lot of romanticizing of this, because whatever is the condition of the people, in some way they have to elegize that. If you're by choice painful, if that's your choice, I have no issue. You want to be blissful but you're painful, this means you have a mind which doesn't take instructions from you, it's out of control. This out of control nature, if you romanticize, see right now, there are a lot of things, freaky things that people do. They're romanticizing those things, they're compulsions. Somebody is getting drunk, somebody is getting drugged out, somebody is doing something else. These are not done as a conscious choice. These are compulsions within a human being. If these compulsions, if you romanticize, you will never seek well-being, neither for yourself nor for others.
Have you ever found yourself feeling stressed, anxious, or upset about things that happened in the past or things that might happen in the future? Well, you are not alone. Many of us go through this roller coaster of emotions, but I want to share some simple ways to ease that burden of yours so that you can find more peace in your lives. Imagine you are stuck in traffic, rushing to get to an important meeting. You are looking at the clock, and every second seems like an eternity. You start feeling impatient, irritated, and the stress just keeps piling up. This is a classic example of how we create unnecessary pain for ourselves. You see, the traffic is happening right now, and there is nothing you can do to change it at that moment. The pain comes from resisting this reality and wishing things were different. But ask yourself, does getting upset change the traffic situation? No, it doesn't. It only adds to your suffering. Now, think about a time when you were reminiscing about the good old days or regretting mistakes you made in the past. You might get caught up in thoughts like, if only I had done things differently. Well, let me tell you, dear seekers, living in the past and holding on to regrets won't change what happened. It will only bring more suffering to your present. So, what is the solution? It is all about living in the now, embracing the present moment, and accepting it as it is. Let me give you a practical example. When you are having a delightful meal with your loved ones, do you really want to spoil that moment by worrying about the past or being anxious about tomorrow? No, right? Instead, savor the taste, enjoy the company, and fully immerse yourself in that joyous moment. Now, I want to clarify one important thing here. Living in the present moment doesn't mean disregarding the past or neglecting the future. Just allow me to throw some light on it. Think of your mind as a helpful tool, just like a clock that tells you the time. We need our minds to function in this world, to remember important events and to plan for future activities. Just like knowing the time helps us be on time for appointments, using our minds to plan and organize is practical and necessary. However, imagine if you are constantly preoccupied with the past or future. It's like carrying around a heavy bag filled with unnecessary worries and regrets. When we are overly fixated on the past, we might replay mistakes, feel guilty, or hold on to resentments. And when we are excessively focused on the future, we can become anxious and overwhelmed by what might happen. The key here is finding a balance between using our minds as a useful tool and not letting them take over our lives. Like glancing at the clock to be on time, we can recognize the past and learn from it. Instead of carrying its burden, we can take valuable lessons to shape our present and future positively. Similarly, planning for the future is essential for setting goals and creating a vision for our lives. But we don't need to be consumed by constant worries about what might go wrong or trying to control every aspect of your future. You can set your intentions, take steps towards your goals, and then allow life to unfold. By practicing mindfulness and living in the present moment, you lighten the load of unnecessary baggage you carry. You become more aware of when your minds start dwelling in the past or projecting into the future. This awareness allows you to gently bring your focus back to the now, where life is happening. When you are truly present, you can engage more fully with the people and activities around you. You become more attuned to your feelings, to your thoughts, and the beauty of the present experience. Life becomes richer, and you discover a deeper sense of fulfillment and contentment. By focusing on the present, you can experience life's wonders more fully. Have you ever been captivated by a stunning sunset or mesmerized by the laughter of children playing in a park? In those moments, the mind is quiet and we are fully alive, experiencing the beauty of life. Remember, life happens now, not in the past or the future. So let's practice saying yes to the present moment. Embrace it with an open heart, whether it's a beautiful sunset or a challenging situation.